back, friends, to the Preschool Explorers Storytime here at the West Fargo Public Library. So I have some sparkly and exciting books to share with you today. But before we get to them, just a quick note, I want to let you guys know that after today, we have one more story time left for the summer before we take a little break. But don't worry, we'll be back in a couple weeks. So let's start off by having some fun together and singing the welcome song. I'm sure you guys all know the actions by now, but I'm going to go over them real quick, okay? Your friends, my friends, my friends, your friends, and we have big books and small books and short books and tall books. Okay, you guys ready? Here we go. The more we get together, 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 the more we get together, the happier you'll be. For your friends are my friends, and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier you'll be. The more we read together, 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 the more we read together, the happier you'll be. Read big books and small books and short books and tall books. The more we read together, the happier you'll be. What a great job, everyone! So are you ready to find out today's theme? I've been looking forward to this one all summer long. We're going to read about unicorns! Do you guys like unicorns? I think they're pretty cool. I love how colorful they are, and there's always a rainbow nearby. They're so unique and special, aren't they? Well, in our first book, our main character, Kelp, doesn't know he's a unicorn. He thinks he's a narwhal. You guys heard of narwhals? They are animals that live in the ocean, and they have a tusk like that in their forehead, just like a unicorn. So that's what he thinks he is. But I don't know. Maybe he'll figure it out. So let's go ahead and read the book and find out what happens. This is Not Quite Narwhal and is written and illustrated by Jessie Sima. Here we go. Kelp was born deep in the ocean. Look at how cute baby Kelp is. He knew early on that he was different from the other narwhals. His tusk wasn't as long as everyone else's, and he had different tastes in food. And he wasn't a very good swimmer. Uh-oh, that might be important if you live in the ocean. But his friends didn't seem to mind, so Kelp decided he wouldn't either. His friends like him for him, don't they? That is, until he was swept away by a strong current. Oh, no. There's Kelp, he's saying, I wish I was a better swimmer. Kelp found himself at the surface, closer to land than he'd ever been before. High up on a cliff, he spotted a mysterious, sparkling creature. It looked so familiar. It looked like Kelp. See it way up there? Kelp swam towards land as fast as he could, which wasn't very fast at all, hoping that he could catch up with the creature that looked just like him. When he finally reached the shore, Kelp felt a little bit anxious. He had never left the ocean. He was nervous about walking on land for the first time. The land creatures made it look so easy. It wasn't. Look at that. He's trying to walk sideways like a crab. He's trying to hop like a frog. But eventually, he got the hang of it. See what makes him slow like a turtle. Sometimes we have to go slow when we learn new things. Everything on land was strange and beautiful, but also kind of scary. Kelp began to think he might never find the creature that looked just like him. But as he stumbled out of the forest, land narwhals! Actually, we're unicorns, and by the looks of it, so are you. There's a lot of unicorns. Kelp had never heard of unicorns before. They taught him all sorts of new things about his tusk. We call them horns. And introduced him to unicorn delicacies. The rainbow snow cone, yum! And they showed him how to gallop. There was no doubt that Kelp was, in fact, a unicorn. He was having so much fun that he didn't want to leave. But then he remembered all of his friends under the sea. Kelp missed them terribly, so he said goodbye to the unicorns and returned to the ocean. Come back soon. They had fun together. Kelp swam towards home as fast as he could, which wasn't very fast at all, hoping that the narwhals would still like him now that he was a unicorn. When he finally arrived, Kelp had butterflies in his stomach. I think his friends will be happy to see him. I think so. Look it, they made a banner. It says, "Welcome home." Kelp took a deep breath and told his friends the news. It turns out I'm not a narwhal. Of course you aren't, said his friend. I'm a unicorn. We all knew that. They took it quite well. They're very supportive friends. They're good friends. Kelp was happy to be home, but now that he'd experienced life on land with the unicorns, he couldn't seem to forget him. Did he want to be a land narwhal with the unicorns or a sea unicorn with the narwhals? Kelp couldn't decide, but then he realized that maybe, just maybe, he didn't have to choose. Look at that. They're all together, aren't they? The narwhals and the unicorns. Oh, that makes me so happy that Kelp found out where he belonged. And that's both places. So friends and family can be the same as us, but they also have differences. And that's what makes them fun to be around. So for our flannel activity, I have a little rhyme for you today. You guys, you know what it's all about. Unicorns, of course. Yeah. So I have a whole herd of them. You want to see them? Here they are. Take a look. How many are there? Say 5? Because there are 5 unicorns. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are they all the same? No. They're different colors, aren't they? Well, I'm going to introduce you to them, and you guys can tell me what color they are, okay? So this is Creamsicle. What color is Creamsicle? Did you say orange? It's orange. This is Emerald. What color is Emerald? Green. This is Rain. What color is Rain? Blue. What about this? What color is this? Did you say yellow? Because this unicorn is named Sunshine. And lastly, which one do we have left? What color is that? Pink. This is Bert. Bert is pink, but Bert is also short for Sherbert, of course. So I'm going to go ahead with the rhyme. And then when I say what color unicorn, I want you guys to point which unicorn I should take, okay? They're going to run away on us. Okay, here we go. I saw 5 little unicorns, creatures from folklore. I watched the blue. Which one is blue? One prance away. And then there were 4. I saw 4 little unicorns resting by a tree. I watched the orange. Orange one prance away. And then there were 3. I saw 3 little unicorns, but as near to them I drew the green. This green one pranced away. And then there were 2. I saw 2 little unicorns. I watched them run and run. The yellow. The yellow one pranced away. And then there was one. I saw a lonely pink unicorn standing in the sun. I blinked my eyes. It pranced away. And now there are none. Oh no, where'd our unicorns go? You know where I think they went? I think they saw a glittery sprinkled cupcake and they went to eat it. I hope they saved me some. That sounds delicious. So our next book is full of glitter and color and unicorns. According to this book right here, unicorns only have good days and they're always happy. Are you always happy? Like all the time? I know I'm not. Sometimes I'm sad or mad or just really tired. Too tired to be happy. And that's okay. But Kevin the unicorn here, that's him right here. He doesn't think that's okay. And he has to be happy all the time, even when he has a really terrible day. Should we see if he can do that? Sounds really hard. So this is Kevin the Unicorn. It's not all rainbows. And it's written and illustrated by Jessica Innerebner. Here we go. Everyone knows unicorns are perfect. They bring glitter and happiness to everything around them. Their smiles alone make rainbows appear. When you're a unicorn, every day is filled with magical awesomeness. Wow, that does look pretty awesome. That is how it was for Kevin. There's Kevin. Until the morning he woke up on the floor. Ouch. This had never happened before. Something felt different. Something was different. Kevin knew just what to do. Keep it happy, he reminded himself. Uh-oh. See his hair? I think he's having a bad hair day. It happens. With an extra big smile, Kevin set out for a glittery and fantastic day. Here goes. I say he's still pretty happy, right? Even though he woke up on the floor and is having a bad hair day. See if that lasts. Sure, his day had started off on the wrong hoof, but Kevin was positive he could turn it around. However, things did not go as planned. Uh-oh. He ran out of gas. And then his car fell apart. And then it rained. Ooh. By the time he got to town, Kevin felt a little frazzled. He never had a less than perfect morning. Keep it happy, Kevin told himself. Maybe a glitter soda would get his day back on track. Holy hooves! The line was long. See how long it is? Here, and like this, and then off the page, and all the way to Kevin. But Kevin was sure it would move quickly. You think it'll be quick? I don't know. A lot of people. It didn't, though. And by the time he got to the front, they were out of glitter soda. Oh no. Keep it happy, he said to himself. Hey, friend, don't worry. I'm going to set you up with a free. Ooh, free clam juice. Have a sparkly day. Ooh, clam juice. I'm not so sure Kevin wants clam juice. Kevin kept a smile on his face, even though his insides didn't feel smiley at all. Bump, sploosh. Oh no, it's spilled. Oh, sorry, are you okay? Totally, feeling happy and fantastic, just like always. Who doesn't want to smell like the ocean? Uh-oh. You see what's happening? He's covered in clam juice and he smells like an ocean. And all these seagulls noticed. Uh-oh, that can't be good. Kevin continued on his way. Oh, by being chased by birds. Look at that, they're going through the park. And the pancake breakfast. Oh no, and then he knocked down some cupcakes and had to go through a ball pit and he's covered in syrup. Oh no, and then he knocked over a cake and then all these dogs are chasing him too. Finally, oh no, he tripped. Landed on his bottom. Uh-oh. Is he gonna be able to stay happy through all that? Kevin could no longer hide what he was really feeling. Today is not awesome or fantastic, and it's definitely not sparkly. It's horrible. This is a really horrible, lousy, awful day. He's not happy at all, is he? Like he's sad now. Look at him. I'm having a bad day too. The little voice right there. There's clam juice on my favorite shirt. Look at this one. This has been stuck on my horn for a week, and I've been pretending it's not there. There's glitter in my eye. There's glitter in both my eyes. Ouch. It turns out unicorns don't always have perfect, magical days. And that's okay. It is, isn't it? I'm so glad that Kevin and all those unicorns realized that. We have lots of emotions, and that's okay to have them. But sometimes we need to share them with people we trust, and that helps. And sometimes when we have too emotion, like you're really excited, singing and dancing can be a way to kind of deal with that. So I thought we could try it out right now. And I think one of the perfect songs for this is I'm a Little Teapot. Do you guys know that song? So we're going to make a handle and a spout, and then we're going to shout just a little bit, and we're going to have to dip and pour all the tea out. Okay, let's go ahead and sing it together. You guys ready? Okay. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle, here is my spout. When I get all steamed up, hear me shout. Tip me over and pour me out. Good job! It's kind of short and sweet, isn't it? And it's fun to sing. You can do a lot of things with this song. You could try to sing it again and sing it in a whisper, or really, really loud, or really fast, or see how slowly you can sing it. Could be fun. So, our last book, can you believe it's time for our last book already? Is all about Sophie Johnson, and she is a unicorn expert. That means she knows everything about unicorns. Everything. That's a lot of things. However, she's never seen a real unicorn before. She just has lots of fun pretending everyone around her is one. So let's go ahead and read the book and see what happens. So this is Sophie Johnson, Unicorn Expert, and is written by Maura Hood and illustrated by Ella Oakstein. My name is Sophie Johnson, and I live with a unicorn. Guys, do you see a unicorn? Well, not just one, actually. I think I have 17 at the moment. That's a lot. Oh, do you see the unicorns now? They're pretend. They have unicorn horns on them. I think she makes them for them. That's pretty cool. It can be hard work looking after so many. There's always a lot to do. Luckily, I am a unicorn expert. I am very busy teaching my unicorns everything they need to know. We start with magic. I think Sophie has a visitor. Do you see it? Is that a real unicorn? Oh, I think she noticed. I don't think so. Then I show them how to hunt for food. And I teach them the dangers of balloons. But that is probably pretty dangerous if you have a horn. Sometimes my unicorns lose their horns. Sometimes. But not that one. But I don't worry, because they soon grow back. Living with unicorns can be a bit tricky. I try to explain that magic is more important than mess, but I don't think Mom understands. Unicorns have many enemies, so sometimes I have to protect them. She's so brave. being a unicorn expert is harder than you'd think. I'll taking a nap. She still hasn't noticed that there's a unicorn with her. Really, it's a good thing I'm here. Some people don't even know what a real unicorn looks like. That's why they need me, Sophie Johnson, unicorn expert. That's the end. Do you think Sophie ever realized that a real unicorn visited her? I don't think she did. But I bet that unicorn had so much fun and learned a lot from her. So, speaking of, how would you guys like to make your very own unicorn? I hope you're excited because that's today's craft. We're going to make unicorn puppets. So, here's kind of the example. And there's a template available online that you could print and cut out if you want. Otherwise, it's not too bad to draw out yourself. You'll need markers or crayons, a thicker paper like cardstock so it stands up. You could also use a paper plate or two. We'll need glue, scissors, and some fun and colorful like yarn or ribbon that we'll cut up and glue on. So let's go ahead and head over to the craft table and I'll show you how to make one. Okay, so there is a template available for this project if you want to go ahead and print it out. Otherwise, all you have to do is draw like a rectangular ovalish shape, a horse head, a unicorn horn, and 2 ears. Or you can draw the unicorn all together as one. If you do decide to print this out, all you have to do is cut it out. You can either print out on cardstock, in which case it should be sturdy enough to use, or if you print it out on regular paper, you can always use it to trace and then maybe put it on like a paper plate or just something that will allow it to handle being a puppet. So a little bit thicker paper works best. First step is to glue the head on. Just kind of like so. Go. And then for the ears, we're going to want, for fun, to glue one on the front side, and you want to glue one on the back side. It's a small little thing, but it kind of helps with like the depth on it, and it makes it look more realistic. And it's kind of fun. Okay, put glue on this side here. If you have any fun sparkly paper, that could also be really cool to use for the horn here. Okay, so once you have the unicorn put together, we're going to get a little creative in attaching some of the other pieces here. So if you have your yarn, just you need a couple strands, kind of whatever will work. You can either have an adult use scissors to make a hole for the yarn here, or if you have a hole punch, that also works really well. I have a really small one, so I'm going to do it a couple times. Okay. And we're just going to slip these in here and loop it through. Okay, one more. There we go. So we have our little loop here. Just going to put the yarn through it like that. And then you can trim this kind of whatever length you wish. If you have a little bit extra, you can save it too for the next part. So before I forget again, I'm going to go ahead and draw eyes on my unicorn. And then use some nostril there. I'm going to have a little bit of pink in just the one ear, because that's the one facing us. You can go ahead and you can color a unicorn any color you want. I think I'm going to leave mine white today. If you want, you can even do this to both sides, and then you can see a unicorn from either side. So, there we go. And then we have to work on the mane. So any glue will work, but liquid glue is probably going to be best for this part. And we're just going to add the glue here and use little pieces of yarn to attach on there for the mane. So say maybe an inch long. It's really up to you. Okay. It's going to get nice and messy for this part because of all that glue. You can follow a pattern, you can mix it up, you can have one solid color. I love crafts because they get to turn out however you want them to. And if they're different lengths, that's okay. You can always trim them up at the end. So that's how you do the mane. The last part is to turn this into a puppet. And in order to do that, again, get creative. If you have one of these hole punch things, these work well. This is a 1/2 inch. It's a little small for my fingers, but it could work for a little one. 3/4 inch is also recommended. Or if you're like me, you can also just draw 4 circles and cut them out with scissors, or you can make just like a little bar here, just big enough for your fingers to fit, and use your scissors to cut that out. It's a little easier than the circles. So we'll just go ahead and start it. And I probably should have done this on the back side, but because the puppet is still drying a bit, it's okay, we'll make it work. Okay, I think I got all the pencil off. So then you just go ahead, put your fingers through here, and there's your unicorn puppet with his little legs. So I hope you guys have fun making this. I'll see you guys next week for one last story time for the summer. Bye!